Tonight's story is about a little boy who helped his daddy to bake a cake.
Whoa. I like it.
And the boy's name was Aidan.
It's like me.
Correct, just like you. One day, Daddy said to Aidan, "Hey, shall we make a cake?" And Aidan said, "Yes, good idea." And Daddy said, "What sort of cake shall we make? Shall we make a cake with raisins and strawberries or raisins and cherries?" "No," said Aidan, "let's make chocolate cake." That sounds rather nice," said Daddy. So Daddy got the instructions for chocolate cake, and we needed lots of interesting things. We needed some eggs. We needed a lot of chocolate powder. We needed some flour. We needed an awful lot of sugar.
Flour?
Flour, not flowers from the garden, which are like yellow with the white in the middle, or white with the yellow petals. Not flowers. Flour. Flour. That's white. That's like white powder, which looks a bit like well, it doesn't look like sugar, but it's white powder, which comes in a packet that you buy in the supermarket.
It looks like yellow. White.
Yeah, it's flour.
Oh, yeah. But is it big?
Yeah, a packet of flour weighs about a kilo.
Is it in the bits that are big or small?
Flour.
Or huge?
Well, flour's like dust. It's like white. Well, it's not like dust. It looks like dust. It's white. It looks like talcum powder. It's just white powder, but it's basically made, or it could be brown, but it's made from grinding up the corn. So we needed some olive oil and some salt. I don't know, not much salt. I mean, it doesn't really go with chocolate cake at all. And some yeast. Anyway, Daddy took all the ingredients and one by one gave them to Aidan, who had a big wooden spoon. And as he gave the ingredients to Aidan poured them into a big metal bowl and then would stir them with a spoon. Finally, everything for the cake was ready, and Daddy luckily had a cake making machine. Otherwise, we would have had to mold the dough, manage the dough ourselves. But the machine did it all. We poured all the ingredients into the cake making machine, which is also called a bread making machine, and Aidan pressed the button, and the machine started to turn to mix the dough. Round and round the spindle went in the middle, turning the dough round and round and round. And as it turned it, the dough became stickier and firmer. And then, after the appropriate time of mixing the dough and making it firm, the cake making machine turned the heat on and started to cook the cake. "Well," said Daddy, "it's going to be a few hours before it's ready. Why don't we go and play?" So Daddy and Aidan went to the park, and Aidan went on the swings and the roundabouts and the climbing frame and had a great time with his daddy. And then after a few hours, they came back, and what a lovely smell there was in the kitchen. Do you know what it smelt of?
Cake.
Yes, what sort of cake?
Chocolate.
Exactly, it smelt of chocolate cake. So the machine said it was ready, so Daddy took it out and emptied the chocolate cake onto a plate. Then he cut a slice for Aidan and cut a slice for himself. Wow, it was so delicious. Not only was it delicious, it was nice and hot. And there's nothing nicer than hot chocolate cake. "Would you like some cream on that cake?" said Daddy. "Oh, yes, please," said Aidan. So Daddy got some cream out of the fridge and poured a little bit of cream onto Daddy's slice and onto Aidan's slice. Aidan ate his cake with a spoon, and so did Daddy. "What a nice time." And Aidan said, "Yes, it was nice. And do you know what, Daddy? It tastes even better because I made it." And Daddy said, "That's right. Things you make yourself always taste better than what you bought in the shop." And that's the end of the story tonight.
Say story again. Say story again.
You'd like the same story again? Well, we can always listen to this one on the recording.